Thank you.
It's a great pleasure for us to have Forth Bridges with us, and we've got the President Elspeth Ferguson and Izzy Brown. I can't see anybody else, but welcome to you both, and we look forward very much to you sharing your story with us and the vision you have for your club. So can I just hand over to you now then, and we look forward to what you have to say.
Thank you. And I in turn will hand over directly to Izzy, because Izzy is the most incredibly busy person, so she has to shoot off very shortly. So over to you, Izzy.
Hi, thanks Elspeth. I'm Izzy. I'm actually very new to Rotary, and I will give you my overview as to what I thought Rotary was, and then what I found out and why I joined Forth Bridges Rotary. I also have taken on a chair of fundraising. I'm part of a lot of charities in Dalgety Bay. I'm actually jumping off to, I'm the musical director for the Military Wives Choir. So I'm jumping off to conduct a choir tonight after this. And I also teach sign language. So I'm teaching them sign language tonight. But I'm part of a number of groups and theatre groups that I do voluntary singing, teaching and drama coaching for. And I got approached to join Rotary, and if I'm honest with you, I was a little bit, my perception of Rotary, wrongly I know now, but I don't think I'm alone in my perception, was that it was a bit of an old man's secret club, you know, that, you know, round tables, masons, and, you know, everybody just sat around and drank beer and smoked cigars. And I think that's how I'd kind of grown up thinking of it. But I did always know that they were there to provide assistance. And so when I was considering joining, I wanted to find out a lot more about it, and was very pleased that the Forth Bridges Rotary was very much about the community and about the wider problems, if you like, and very, very definitely about service. And that fitted very well into my ethos in life and what I do. I went out once I joined Forth Bridges Rotary and tried to recruit some people as well. And again, they had that perception as well. And I think it's very easy for us to sit and say that it's a marketing issue, etc. And I don't think it is a marketing issue. I think that in order to change perceptions, it has to come down to individuals and to us to be going out there and making people see the differences that we will be making through service to our communities. And we've had so many people now want to join Forth Bridges Rotary as a result of us going out, doing the different programs that we run, such as the clothing bank, and going out and collecting clothes and just talking about what we do. And I would say our membership is anything from people in their 20s, their early 20s, right the way through to people in their 80s. And it's so lovely because it's a real diverse group of people. We are all very much a family. And I know that a lot of people and companies go out and say, oh, we've got big family, but we genuinely are. And we all know that we've all got busy lives and families, and there is no pressure on anybody to have to do something. We do it because we want to do it. And actually, if anybody isn't able to do something, then we're there to support them. It's not just about us supporting our community, it's about us supporting each other as well. Change is inevitable, but a lot of people don't necessarily like change. I can't speak about other Rotary clubs because I've never been part of anything but Forth Bridges Rotary. I keep wanting to say the Forth Row Bridge. It's because I've lived in Dalgety Bay for 50 years. But change is inevitable, and I think that we have to embrace that. We have to move forward with it. And if anything that this year has taught us in the COVID world, that even the most change averse people have had to cope with change, and they've managed it. And a lot of people actually find it quite refreshing, and working from home, for example, has given them a better work-life balance. So I think that if people embrace change and move forward with change, I heard I think it was your president. I'm sorry, I was a little bit late because I was on another meeting. But you know, he said something about there is no age limit to Rotary, and I think that's a really, really key message out there, that we can bring people in even very young. And one of the programs that we run is Rota Kids, and that is about going out into the schools and teaching children about service from a very, very young age. We do primary 7s in some of the local schools around here, but you know, they understand what it is to provide a service and the difference that that service can actually make across the whole world. We do shoe boxes that we get sent out to people and children that need it. But one of the things I will say about Forth Bridges Rotary is, although we have slightly changed the look and feel, if you like, of some Rotary clubs, we're not changing or breaking any of the rules or any of the fundamentals of the foundations of Rotary. And that's really, really important, because actually what they stood for is absolutely still relevant today, and that will never change. So that's really important to note, that we don't go outside of any rules, and we still follow and completely believe in the values of Rotary. So why did I join Rotary? I joined Rotary to make a difference. As I've said to you, I'm involved in a number of charities. And I felt that I do a lot locally, but I wanted to be able to sort of touch a little bit further afield, and Rotary gave me that chance to do that. So I'm very involved in our PADS project, for example, and that is about, over in Kathmandu, there is a thing that is called Chapaudi, which is the belief that women that are menstruating are infectious and dirty, and they get put into huts at the bottom of the garden and they die, unfortunately, through exposure and animal bites, etc. And we are very, very, at Forth Bridges, we are very keen to raise money and raise awareness to be able to educate and help these people overcome this misconception, and we're doing a lot in that, and that makes me very happy that we're making a difference internationally. What else can I tell you? So as a new member, we are all pretty new in Forth Bridges. I think Elspeth will probably go on to tell you a little bit more about the membership and how that was all formed and how Forth Bridges Rotary came about. I know that she'll kind of done it a bit in reverse here, but because I have to disappear, I've had to do my bit first. But we're all learning, and we've got some really key people such as Elspeth, our president, that we're very fortunate to have, that's been a member of Rotary for a long, long time. My brother, Alan Brown, who was the founder and initial president of Rotary, and obviously Kath Chawley as our secretary, who has been part of Rotary for many, many, many years. So it's lovely because we're being taught by people that are like-minded like us, but that have the knowledge of Rotary to instill in us and to help us to make a difference and to go out there. And I think if you get the chance to come along to one of our meetings, like yourselves, all smiley faces and everything, which is lovely to see, but I think you'll see that it is very positive, that we always finish a meeting with a definitive plan, that there has been a lot of actions taken place. We don't just sit around and talk about COVID and about the weather. There are definite things that are discussed, and when we come back to the next meeting, which is every 2 weeks, something major has happened within those 2 weeks. And that's it, really. I just wanted to come on, explain what my perceptions were, how I'm delighted that my perceptions were completely misguided, and how happy I am to be part of the Rotary family, which includes you guys as well. And I very much hope to meet with you all someday, maybe at a charter event, which we have not had because of the COVID situation. But we are looking to do a lovely charter event, which is going underneath the bridges on a boat. Seeing as we're Forth Bridges, it makes a lot of sense. But I'm more than happy if anybody has any questions at this stage to take them before I jump off about being a new member. Anything?
Anybody got any questions? I have a question, which is, not really relevant, but many, many years ago, I was in the Royal Navy at Rosyth, and you mentioned you're in a military wives' choir.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I'm not in the choir. I'm the musical director. So I'm a professional singer. I'm in an ABBA tribute band, and I teach singing. So I am a musical director for the Military Wives Choir, and I teach the choirs of Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
I got approached about 4 years ago to they're always looking for volunteers in the music industry to go in and help them. So I went in, and we've kind of transformed it a little bit, because through COVID, you can't teach really singing and sing together. But there isn't an app that allows us to sing together because of the delays. So I have introduced signing into the Military Wives Choir, which is just lovely. So I do it across the UK now as well. And they learn how to sign a song, but once we are allowed finally, hopefully one day, as long as everybody's safe, we can go back into the real world, and we'll be able to perform, not just singing, but to sign as well. So that's it. So it's a choir. There's been a film that's been out very recently about Military Wives Choir. I would love you to watch it. It tells you, it's very real to the choir and to the family that it creates. But the Military Wives Choir was formed as a sing together, and there is core material within Military Wives Choir. That means that wherever these wives end up, so if they're in Portsmouth and then they get transferred to Rosyth, or they get transferred, I don't know, to Southport or somewhere, wherever they go, they will know the songs, because it's all core material. So they fit straight in to a new group of people without the fear of, oh, I don't know what you're doing, I'm going to have to start from scratch. So it allows them to feel very much part of something within the first week of them joining a new choir within the new area that they happen to be. But it also gives these ladies huge support network from like-minded other wives that are, don't have their husbands to hand, or have to go through a Christmas with their husbands being at sea, and it allows them to bring their families together and have a really lovely support network.
Thank you, Izzy. Any other questions for Izzy? Malcolm?
Oh, just very quickly, Izzy, that was great. Just which club are you linking with in Nepal? Is it the club in Kathmandu?
Yes, it is. Yes, and we're also connected with Leven, because Leven are doing quite a bit, and they've actually purchased a machine that will help make the reusable sanitary towels. So we're in contact with Leven about that. But you're absolutely right. It's Kathmandu.
Yeah, we came across this 3-4 years ago when we were out up in the hills, and it's just quite useful to know who all else is working in Nepal to improve the lives out there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, Malcolm. Any other questions? No, well, a big thank you to you, Izzy, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll hand over to Elspeth.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you Thursday.